like the best. I like, you know what? I actually like when they do the best original song stuff. Rihanna sounded okay, but Rihanna was giving you Rihanna. Flat vocals, standing there, looked like she was bored. First of all, that song is boring. I kind of wish they would have did something more upbeat, because don't, in like African or black culture, when you die, it's supposed to be like a celebration. Well, I know that's what they do in New Orleans. I kind of wish it would have more of an upbeat, like lift me up, hold me down. Like, you sound like, bitch, just put me out of my fucking misery with this goddamn song. I hate that. You know, I was like, oh, the song is just for the movie, whatever, whatever, whatever. Child, that song is literally like melatonin for the goddamn ears. And that's no shade, I'm just saying. But I know, but look, at least I'm admitting it, because a lot of y'all was talking about how much y'all didn't like the damn song, but whatever. So let's talk about the song that did win. So Naatu Naatu. I did love that song. I love the performance. But I know it was so much drama surrounding the actual Naatu Naatu performance at the Oscars. Because, you know, we're going to talk about it. So the creators behind the song were upset with the Academy for not featuring any South Asian dancers on stage. Now I noticed a lot of the dancers. A lot of the dancers are from this show called So You Think You Can Dance. Because I noticed Alex Wong up there and a couple of others. I think if Twitch was allowed, they probably would have had him up in there. So South Asian creators were critical of the performance on social media, slamming the Academy for having non-Indian duo Tabitha and Napoleon Dumo, aka Nappy Tabs, who, you know, have worked on So You Think You Can Dance. They also do choreography for Jennifer Lopez, or I think Tabitha Dumo does. So Nappy Tabs choreographed, directed, and cast the performance, as well as oversaw costume and set design. Now, for those who haven't seen the movie, Telugu actors N.T. Ramarao Jr., who also goes by JR&TR, and Ram Charan, who were, by the way, not at the Oscars, because I thought that was them up there. I haven't still, you know what, I've been meaning to get around to watching, you know, RRR, as I call it, Triple R. I've been meaning to get around to watching it. I know it's on Netflix, but that 3-hour number is like, child, I'm allergic to the, you know, 3 hours, whatever. The only thing I would watch that was 3 hours, that's 3 hours damn near, was the Batman. I've watched that like 4 times already. Lord of the Rings and John Wick Chapter 4, which is about to come out this week. I'm going to see it Thursday, and I'm going to see it Saturday with my friends. I'm going to see it by myself on opening night. And I'll do a quick overall review on my TikTok. Speaking of which, sidebar, shout out to Lance Reddick, who passed away yesterday. He's in the movie. He plays Sharon, the concierge at the Continental in New York. I was shocked when I heard that he passed. So I just wanted to, you know, do that really quick. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was natural causes. He was 60 years old. We'll find out more, you know, when they bring it up. But damn, I'm like, was that his final? Well, it couldn't have been his final film, because I heard he's in The Ballerina also, Ana de Armas, which is a spinoff of the John Wick film, the John Wick franchise. So we'll see him again, or whatever. But, you know, I've loved Lance Reddick. He was in Oz. He was in, you know, a bunch of shows. Fringe. Everything he's been in, I pretty much liked. Anyway, let's get back to the Oscars. I just want to do that little side situation. So, the two that I mentioned, excuse me, JR&TR and Ram Charan, I actually thought that was them on the stage performing, because I haven't seen the movie yet. I've been meaning to get around to it, but like I said, it's 3 hours long. I know I need a lot of patience. I need a lot of time. And I like a lot of Bollywood stuff. Like, I always love watching like Bollywood dancing and all other stuff. That always gets me up and going. I'm like, oh yeah. Because me working at AMC back in the day, that music used to be so damn loud when we would show those things. And the South Asian community, like the Asian community, whenever they get movies and we would show it at the AMC in Times Square, they come out in droves. Like, they come out and really support their films. So I never understand why American markets don't really capitalize on the Asian market and the South Asian market and incorporate them more in American films, because you will make so much money with this community if you show the representation the right way, which clearly they didn't do at the Oscars. So the two actors that's originally in the film were not performing on stage because they had prior commitments and didn't have enough time to rehearse for the performance. So the two actors that's actually in the movie, if you don't know what it's about, they dance in front of Caucasian British colonists who say that the two are not sophisticated enough to dance. The characters proceed to put on a spectacular show with a dance native to their culture, impressing the women and angering the men who can't keep up with their skill. Now, the two leads in the Oscar performance were played by Jason Glover, who's American, and Billy Mustafa, who's Canadian, and were made to look like the two main characters in the movie despite not being South Indian. While the choreography and production teams diversified the cast by casting people of color in some of the white colonist roles, they failed to extend that representation in South Asians. Oh, sorry, to South Asians in the ensemble and lead roles, argued Shivani Reddy, a Telugu American film and TV critic and TikTok content creator. She said, I like that they went in a more diverse route because the movie itself became this global phenomenon. This is what Reddy told CBS News. It just felt very exclusionary that the one race they didn't include was the one that was supposed to be represented because of the film and where it's from. Now, Reddy, who is part of the South Asian dance scene in LA, said that the South Asians are rarely represented in the arts, which is true, and that this performance would have been the perfect opportunity to give them that representation on Hollywood's biggest stage, saying, and I quote, it's unfortunate because there are so many South Asian dancers that I know that are in the industry trying to get into those spaces that just don't get afforded those opportunities. And for the one time that we maybe could have gotten access, we were denied. Now, Joya Kazi, a professional dancer, choreographer, consultant, and producer in LA, who is a member of both the Screen Actors Guild and the Television Academy, said her agent submitted her for consideration as a dancer or member of the production team for the Oscars Naatu Naatu performance. Her agent later told her that Nappy Tabs had decided not to audition or even consider dancers they had not worked with previously. And there's a long Instagram post. If y'all want to read it from her page, it's in the Oscars full winners list article that I wrote. Now, like I said, I like the fact that they diversify the performers, and I like seeing a diverse group of people. But in my mind, I didn't even think about the fact. You know what? Maybe it is important to have. Excuse me. It is good to have that representation of South Asian performers up there doing the dance. But maybe in Nappy Tabs in the mind, they was like, you know what? We only have a short window because how Hollywood is. They want to cut corners and do everything in like 2 days, very much reality TV, where, we need some dancers who could pick up choreography that we know really quickly. And so we're going to work with a lot of the dancers that we are familiar with from So You Think You Can Dance. Not thinking that, you know what, when it comes to representation and culture, a lot of cultures are all about need to have our people up there representing and having a lot of them in there doing the dances, pointing their fingers and their toes or whatever the way it's supposed to be done. So I don't know. It's a slippery slope. It's unfortunate, but you know what, Hollywood, y'all really got to learn how to figure it out and catch up on all this other stuff. Now,